Okay, this is a situation you may have talked about in a chemistry class. Let's say we've got a positive nucleus. Well, we've got a nucleus, they're always positive, and we've got a little tiny electron zipping outside here somewhere. If we needed to pull that electron away from its nucleus, so if we're going to somehow reach in and grab it and pull it away, would that take positive work or negative work? There's different ways to think about it. You could play with the equations with a positive and the energy equations with a positive and a negative that are kind of close together. That would be their initial position. When they're really, really far apart, kind of like gravitational potential energy when we talked about it earlier. If we get them so far apart that they don't influence each other, that's an energy situation of zero. So we take our second, subtract our first, we'd have a zero, take away a negative number. That's going to flip it to positive. So there's one logic for why it's got to be positive work. Another way, I like to think about this without any math. The electron, if the electron could choose to move, the electron wants to get closer. Whenever you're moving something to where it doesn't want to go, whenever you're moving it to where it doesn't want to go, that's positive work. If we're pushing the electron away, we'd almost have to like reach in, put our hand behind it. So we're forcing it to the right and it's moving to the right. Since the force and the displacement are in the same direction, that would be a positive work situation. If we flipped it and switched the question so we're moving the electron closer to the positive, the electron already wants to fall into the positive. If anything, we'd have to stick our hand in there and push the electron to the right so it didn't completely collapse. So if we slowly allowed the electron to get closer to the positive, we'd have to push it to the right as it moved to the left. The push and the movement are in opposite directions. That's a negative work situation. So different ways to think about it. The way I'm usually going to word it is if you're pushing something to where it doesn't want to